Chapel of the Kings, the new one. And there are lots of people buried in there.
I told you we have like 1,000 people buried.
These are kings of Castile before unification. There's another chapel. There's people buried in here. Years ago, they poked a hole in the ceiling up there to get more light in here. This was made the year George Washington was born. These are hats of the cardinals, and it indicates that the cardinal is buried on the ground right under there, right where I'm standing. Here's one of them. All around this whole chapel, we have Star of David's. These arches are Muslim style. Here's another chapel for burials. More carvings around this area of the church. This gorgeous organ and more carved stucco. And look at this bell tower. Wow. Here is the spot to get the best picture of the cathedral. It is harder on a sunny day, though. An ATM machine behind bars. That's a good idea. We're in the old Jewish quarter. In this church, all we saw was the El Greco painting of the burial of the Count of Orgaz, who was the mayor here, and it was painted in place. Inside the old Jewish synagogue. It's the oldest synagogue in Spain. Notice the Muslim style. They found an Arabic inscription. This is made in 1185. There's one from 1175 in Frankfurt. But I can see at some point this was a church. The internal style of this building with these columns and just being open and plain is also Islamic. The Jews commissioned the Muslim to build because they knew they were the best artisans. And of course they did it in the style that they knew, and it faces Mecca. Jerusalem is in the same direction, no problema. It was never a mosque. Altar would have been here in the center of the building, and the chairs around. And the older you were, the closer you sat to the altar. This was the men only. There were some steps over here that they found a few years ago, and there was a balcony up above here. These were open because that's where the women sat. The Jews were only here till 1492 when they were kicked out. 1492 when they were told convert or leave. 50% left. After 1492, it became a church for about 50 years. It wasn't a good church, so it was abandoned in 50 years. It became a homeless shelter and a whole bunch of other things. 1856, it became a National Historical Landmark. There's 2 Jewish families in Toledo today. There is a Star of David.
Just below the columns, in the center of that, in relief, you like the eternal light, the Torah, the Messiah.
That's what's listed Jewish
But when they were expelled, they
emblems
took
in this
everything
building.
with them.
When the Jews left, they took everything they could take with them, of course. This nice park has a statue of Cervantes. Very long head in the style of El Greco. Thing is El Greco in Toledo this year. Another one of the many churches in Toledo. The side of this church is covered with chains. They had to carry the water up the hill in Ronda as slaves, and they brought the chains here as a memory of the church. We are headed down the hill. Remember, it was an escalator up. There's another church. We have city walls, we have river, we have a fisherman down there, we have stone buildings, we have city gate, the big bridge, and another gate here. The traditional Spanish meal that we had at this delightful restaurant featured the roast suckling pigs.
Cantar se vuelve gitano cuando es para ti. Mi cantar